Dear friends, welcome to Know Thyself YouTube Channel. Good morning. Hope you are all staying safe and keeping well. I sincerely thank all of you who have subscribed to this channel and follow the channel. If you find the contents of the videos uploaded in this channel useful, please subscribe to this channel and click the notification or the bell icon so that you can be notified when a video is uploaded. Kindly share the videos with others or on the internet. In this episode of Sunday Reflection segment, we present the homily for the 33rd Sunday of the year based on the liturgical readings of the year cycle. The readings of the 33rd Sunday of the year dwell on the theme Life of Fidelity and Commitment. In the year 156 AD, an 86-year-old man was brought before a Roman official and asked to renounce his atheism. He was not an atheist, but a devout Christian bishop, Polycarp. However, to the Romans, he was an atheist because he refused to worship the emperor as a god along with other gods of Rome. Polycarp knew denial would mean a painful death, either being thrown into the arena with a wild animal or burning alive on a pyre. 3 times he was questioned, 3 times invited to renounce his atheism. The Roman official urged Polycarp, "Swear by the king, curse Christ, and I release you." Polycarp replied, "86 years have I served Christ, and he has done me no wrong. How then can I blaspheme my king who saved me?" Polycarp was not spared. A pyre was built and he was burned alive. Polycarp's fidelity to Christ cost him his very life. The readings and the liturgy of the 33rd Sunday of the year invite us to be ready for the Lord by living a life of fidelity and commitment. In the first reading, the author of the book of the Proverbs, describing the significant role a good and faithful woman plays as a gracious wife and mother in a household, highlights the greatness of genuine couple relationship in which both the spouses play their part in making their life together a blessing for the spouses themselves and for others. According to him, true couple relationship does not consist in the charm that is deceitful or in the beauty that is empty. Instead, genuine relationship between the spouses entails fidelity of the partners towards each other, which comes from their wise and understanding hearts. A husband and a wife who are faithful and committed to each other are wonderful gifts to one another. Such a faithful relationship not only enriches the couples and their families, but also everyone they encounter, because by their life of fidelity and love, they serve as sacraments of God's love for others. In the second reading, St. Paul, in his first letter to the Thessalonians, addresses the Christians in Thessalonica who believed that living their Christian faith by imitating Jesus' death and resurrection would be a short-term experience, as the Lord's second coming in glory would be imminent and about to happen. However, in fact, it was not happening, as the day of the Lord was delayed. Responding to this concern, St. Paul tells them that just as a woman in labor does not know when the child would be born, or the owner of the house does not know when the thief would be break into the house at night, so also the second coming of the Lord would take place at a time they least expect. When it comes, they cannot evade or run away from it, but face it personally. Hence, they must not waste their time worrying about the day and time of the day of the Lord. Instead, they must be awake, ready, and be prepared for it by their life of fidelity to the gospel of Jesus and by living a life in the light of the Lord's teaching. In the Gospel of St. Matthew, by narrating the parable of the talents, Jesus communicates 4 important truths about the gifts and talents God has blessed us with, how we need to use them, and how God rewards the faithful ones and how the unfaithful ones are punished. Firstly, God gives each person different gifts for their intended uses. We are asked to make full use of what we have been uniquely given and to use our talents for the benefits of the community as a whole. Secondly, the more we are given, the greater is our responsibility. God gives more responsibilities to those who make the best use of their God-given talents. Hence, it is important that we give our best in carrying out these responsibilities. Thirdly, the lazy and unproductive will be punished. Even the person with only one talent has something to offer to others with his one talent. If he fails to put to the best use his one talent, he will lose even what he has. Fourthly, God blesses generous sharers but punishes selfish hoarders. Those who share generously the gifts would be immeasurably enriched, while those who selfishly hoard what they have been given will be punished for their selfishness. In short, the parable of talents calls us to live a life of fidelity and commitment. The first two servants are praised for their fidelity and commitment to their master, which they expressed by making best use of what they were given, while the last servant is punished for his infidelity and lack of commitment to his master, as he did not use the talent given to him. Like the first two servants, we are called to be faithful to every gift of nature, such as our talents and abilities, and every gift of grace, such as faith, hope, and love, God has bestowed on us by using them for God's glory and the good of others. The readings and the liturgy of the 33rd Sunday of the year summon us, firstly, to be ready and prepared for the Lord's coming in our lives. Since we know neither the hour nor the manner in which the day of the Lord will come in our lives, we need to be watchful, ready, and fully prepared. Being ready and prepared implies that we remain in the state of sanctifying grace by opening ourselves to the graces offered to us through the sacramental life of the church. That we live our Christian lives fully with a heart that is constantly open to God's guidance and with a heart that reaches out to our neighbor in love and concern. Secondly, the liturgy today calls us to live a life of fidelity by utilizing our gifts for God's glory and the good of others. The two servants in today's gospel, to whom the master gave 5 and 2 talents, express their fidelity and loyalty to their master by using productively what they received. In the same way, we must live a life of fidelity in our state of life within the church by accomplishing those responsibilities of our occasion, thereby building up loving families and faithful Christian communities. Finally, the liturgy today calls us to do the little things we are called to do with great love. We neither have to think huge nor do world-shaking actions. God calls us to do the little things of everyday life with great love. We are called to do the ordinary things in an extraordinary manner with a heart full of love. Even the smallest act done with great love for the person to whom it is done can change the world for that person. Hence, believing in God's power to transform our littleness, we must do the little things we are called to do with great love in our hearts. Gathering around the altar of God as a worshiping community, let us ask the Lord to give us the grace to be ready to meet the Lord in our lives by living a life of faithfulness to God and to our neighbor, and by doing the little things we are called to do with great love in our hearts. Amen. Thank you for watching this video. Stay blessed until we see you again with another video.